Dear participants, now we move ahead after knowing about the traceability of the medical products, how it is done, what is done, and what are the international best practices. We now move ahead to the next topic of the day today is automation and digital technologies in pharmaceutical operations for continuous quality improvement. To speak on this topic, we have with us Mr. Rahul Songire, who is the Senior General Manager, Corporate Quality at Cluster Head at Zydus Cadila. A brief bio of Rahul Songire is he has done his master's in pharmacy in quality assurance techniques from Pune University, and he also holds an MBA in operations management. He is well educated, which is known by his credentials. He is GRE, GATE, and CAT qualified, and he has completed course in artificial intelligence and machine learning from SP Jain School of Management, and he has also attended a Corn Ferry Leadership Development Program for a year. He has more than 20 years of experience in pharmaceutical quality assurance, corporate and regulatory affairs field, and he has worked in various companies like Sun Pharma, Zydus Cadila, Dr. Reddy's, and Lambda Therapeutics in QA, CQ, and IRA department. Presently, he is working as a Senior General Manager, Corporate Quality, and is currently responsible for site oversights, injectable and OSD, quality informatics, CGMP software implementation, and quality intelligence function in Zydus Cadila. We have very few people who are experts in this topic, and we are fortunate to have Mr. Rahul Songire among us. And I request you, sir, to kindly present your.
Okay, thank you very much, Vishal, for the introduction.
Sir, I would request you to please hide the presenter view, sir. If you go down, there is a TV icon, and next to it there are 3 buttons. You can click on that. You will get a hide presenter view option.
Yeah. Copy.
Yeah, left of it. You can see slide 1 of 35, sir. Above it, there is a shot.
Okay, now it is okay.
No, sir. Still, we are able to see the same manner. You have to hide the presenter view, sir.
Skip.
Sir, you can read slide. Yeah. Now go to the full slideshow, sir.
It's fine.
No, sir. You can read the slide 1 of 35 now.
Yeah.
Above that, there is a 3 dots are there within a circle.
Yeah.
Click on it. There is an option hide presenter view.
Okay. So now it's fine.
Sir, you have to stop sharing, sir, once. The older version is cropping up again and again. You can see the resume slideshow.
Okay. It's okay now?
No, sir.
Just a second.
Stop sharing once, sir.
Yeah. Sharing.
Stop the sharing, sir.
Yeah.
And you would have opened 2 windows. That's why the error is coming.
Okay.
Yeah, now click on full slideshow, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, now it is absolutely fine, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for the guidance.
Continue with your talk. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So good afternoon to all of you, and thank you, Vishal, and all WHO team for guidance, consistent support. Also thankful to my boss, Mr. Vipul Dushi, for giving me opportunity to present our experience in this forum. My topic is automation and digital technologies in pharmaceutical operations for continuous quality improvement. See, the primary objective is to share the passion. Actually, on this topic, there were multiple sessions like computer system validation master plan, and that was last week. Then process analytical technology. So this topic is a combination of all those sessions. So it will be a more on a project management basis along with the technicalities. The primary objective here I want to give is to share our passion for automation and digital technologies. When we complete this session, I want to inform that what we as an industry are doing to implement a digital and automation initiatives. Then there are certain success stories we want to inspire who want to do or we are in the middle of that path to implement the new technologies and educate each other with this forum or this session with question and answer, so that knowledge is give the synergistic effect. Also, this session will help you in shortening the development and implementation time. Generally, if you see any digital or automation initiatives needs minimum 8 to 10 months for implementation, like 2 months for gathering the requirement gathering, 4 months for the deployment, then user access assessment, validation, and then training. So it is a generally 10 month cycle. But if we do any mistake, then we enter into the cycle where we have to repeat certain steps. So this presentation will help in shortening this development and implementation time. Obviously, we are into the CGMP area, so we need to adhere to the compliance guidelines. So I will explain wherever compliance needs to be fulfilled. Today, as a technology, we are doing it in order to have the operational excellence or agility or simplification. So we should build operational excellence into each implementation. This is the objective of this session. And obviously, with this, we can reduce the risk of project failure. These are the objectives which I am setting for this 45 minutes. See, what we can change with these automation initiatives or digital initiatives. See, right now in pharma industry, a lot of documents are getting generated. See, this picture shows, picture is a worth of 1,000 words. See, the documents which we are generating. We are generating a lot of data in computer or in paper. We are generating the data, but we are not using that data as a wisdom. So we are abundant or full of the information or data, but we are starving for the wisdom. So this is what we are now focusing on. Then third is the human error. We know that pharma industry is struggling with the human errors. We have a lot of manual processes as well. Also, our batch changeovers are there. We do not work as a continuous process. We work as a batch process. So standardization is there, but it is not a full standardization of work. So human errors are there. We can change this approach with automation and digitization. And fourth is, as we don't have handful of data or meaningful of data or accurate data, we are engaging more on discussion but in hand execution, or we are not able to take the decision because of want of the accurate information. See, why automation? What will happen if we go for automation and digitization? We will definitely enhance capability and first time right. Then we can optimize our manpower deployment because our software will tell us where is manpower needed and where is not. Then we can increase the agility, flexibility, then quality of our decision making and productivity will also get increased. Then agile manufacturing, it is a new mantra for our pharmaceutical simplification with operational excellence that we can achieve with this. Then we can reduce the non-value adding work. So it is any activity which is attention. Then we are struggling with data integrity or data quality issues, right? So here it is important that we are adhering to the data integrity requirement and data is a consistent. And with this, we have to follow the regulatory compliance guidelines as well. So how to start the journey? And these are the slides, although I am presenting, but those are coming from all the experts, very senior persons. We have given us thoughts and we have then improved. And this is the sum total of their thoughts or their experience or their wisdom. First of all, we need not to start afresh. Whatever is there, make use of what we have. We might have people, we might have resources. Start with that. Start small. Do not expect big goals to start with. First, start small. Then, whatever we are doing, we need to have analytics driven culture. Whatever, even if one piece of paper is getting generated, we should use for decision making, we should use for our execution, we should use for our improvement purpose. Then in any project management, whether it is automation, digitization, or anything product introduction, we need to manage risk and we need to be resilient. So that is very important. Then structured project management, sometimes we are good in initiatives but poor in initiatives. That generally happens as project progresses. So we need to have structured project management approach. And then most important is, as I'm continuously saying, we have to keep it commercial, because commercial, if we get introduce it to the operational excellence, then only we can improve or we can make our processes lean. Then in each project management phase or each project phase, from requirement gathering to operation phase to the discontinuation phase, we are getting a lot of user feedbacks, and these are very important feedbacks. So we should have the mechanism where we capture the feedback from our all the persons or all the stakeholders or all the SMEs, and we improve our software or automation initiatives. And importantly, we need to sustain what we have started, whatever is the obstacles, whatever is the way, we need to sustain our initiatives. And it happens that we start very fast, but when we go ahead with the project, we slow down, or when milestones are there, then only we keep the pace. So we should avoid student syndrome. So these are the if we have to enter into the journey, we have to take care of these things. See, quality governance and review mechanism is very important for any project management. So based on our company size, we should have the governance structure. These are the illustrative purpose governance structure are given. Like if it is a big company, it can have 4 levels, like site level, then SME team, corporate, high level management. If small company, they can have 2 layers or 3 layers. Similarly, review mechanism should be there. If anything is not reviewed, it is not done or it is not getting improved. This is we should think. So we should have review mechanism as well, because you can't build a house unless you have strong foundation. So our project management foundation should be very strong. That's a governance and review mechanism is very important to make the automation and digital initiatives long lasting or to make it successful. See, there are multiple phases of digitization and automation. We can have anything, but most important is like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, or basic digitization, enhanced digitization, and cognitive decisions. So this is my thought. We should have 3 phases. Basic digitization, where we deploy the best technology systems like laboratory information management system, electronic BMR, manufacturing execution system, document management system, like that we deploy so that we have a basic in place. Then second is the enhanced digitization phase, where integration of various softwares and data analytics, because the silos do not work. If we have silos in the software, then still we can't get the amplified effect. That's why in stage 2, enhanced digitization is important. Basic digitization and enhanced digitization, these are the 2 phases which can go hand in hand, but we need to keep in mind that basic digitization is very important, and we need to have integration and data analytics driven culture so that we enter into stage 2. And stage 3 is a cognitive decisions, which involves machine learning, robotic process automation, proactive pattern recognition. And when we are through with these 2 stages, we can start thinking, or in the middle of stage 2, you can start thinking about the cognitive decisions. This is how, in our view, as per the experience, these 3 phases should exist, because the journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step. So sustainability, patience, persistence, perseverance is very important when we start with these initiatives. So manufacturing execution system, we are a pharmaceutical company. We manufacture dosage form, we manufacture API. The first and foremost thing is electronic BMR or manufacturing execution system. So these all are in one slide is equivalent to one topic in itself, and in other sessions we have covered. But here I want to share that certain things, like whenever we start manufacturing execution system or EBMR, Program responsibility shall be very clear. Functional owner shall be clear. Functional owner will have the requirement gathering. He will involve the users. He will involve the subject matter experts. Then there will be a technical owner like IT who will be helping in the technical know-how or IT, and then other departments like, because MES is not a something which will be in isolation. It will work with the two three department, like quality will be required. We will be integrating SAP or maintenance module or something. So we need to have the better program management or program responsibilities at very clearly defined. At each phase we should use the risk management strategies very well, like when we it should be optimum project, so that we take the decision based on the risk based approach. Then when we do the initial evaluation, GAM 5 categorization, risk assessment is important. Then when we are in the functional assessment, we do the risk assessment properly. Okay, so what benefits we will achieve is paperless, then definitely transcription error, GMP errors will be avoided. Then we can avoid the data integrity issues, then batch cycle time, because we will be doing review by exception, where only exceptions review will be done. Then QA and then doer time will get saved. So batch cycle time will definitely get reduced. Right now we are filling all the data into the paper-based formats, most of the companies. So if we implement this, e-logs will be, logbooks will be there, which will help us in making everything digital. Then knowledge process analytics can be used because everything is digital. Then reduce process variation and enhance process safety. That will be the added advantage. And as we will be monitoring everything digital, overall equipment effectiveness will be achieved, or you can at least track, or you can think of how we can be increased. So these are the advantages, and this is how we should proceed with the MES or EPMR. Sometimes if we want to start small, digital cleaning instruction can also be started. These are the very small steps we take toward the MES or EBMR. See, where we can have the digital dashboards for cleaning checklist, where as soon as operator has to clean on his tab, that cleaning checklist will get populated. So photographs will come so that he easily identifies the things to be cleaned or part to be assembled or disassembled, so that it makes the less mistake, because cross containment is very important patient safety point of view. And this will give you the added advantage where training is possible, then data integrity controls will be there, and obviously these are the advantages. We will get improved compliance as well as improved operational ease. So this can be thought of. Process analytical technology, although there was the other section, but here I want to touch base only because it is very important. See, in this process analytical technology, we can use NIR, then FBRM, then lesser diffraction for OSD. They're online for identification of SA in QC. NIR technology can be used. Then also in the sterile manufacturing, there are like rapid sterility testing are gaining the momentum. Then rapid environment monitoring solutions are gaining the momentum. Then also for bioburden of the WO fine purified water, there are new pad-based technologies available. Those can be used, and these are the advantages. See, I will not read the advantages or benefits again, because they are more or less same for each initiative. Only here, aim is to give you the comprehensive feel of automation and digitization initiatives going in the various industries. This is a paperless environment monitoring solution. It is more important in sterile, where you need to expose the n number of plates. There are sites who expose more than 1,000 plates or 1,000 sample, active or non-viable, each day. And plate management is a very Herculean task. So here we can think of paperless environment monitoring solution, where each user point is barcoded. You have to just go with the printer which is installed into that particular grade B area or at the user point of utilities. Just you have to scan, and then label will get generated. If it is a B area, it will be sterile label, or otherwise normal label will get generated. You have to place the label, and based on that barcode, plates will be exposed. That plate will be incubated just with the scan of the barcode. plate will be read with the scan of the barcode, and then train will visualize automatically. So this gives the added advantage where are we go away from the data quality issues, because most of the companies are struggling in this area, microbial plate reading, where data quality issues are there. Secondly, it is a very manual activity where we have to be very means lapse, slip, error are more. So with this automation, we can reduce those errors, and definitely as trend is there. So imagine every day somebody is reading 1,000 plates. At the end of the month, there are 30,000 counts, and we have to train the plot. It is a very boring or very labor-intensive job, and chances of making mistakes are very high. So at each step, incubation, then reading, then visualization and trending, manual activities involved, and there more errors can happen. With such system, we can reduce the errors. You can integrate this system from colony counter to the your paperless environment monitoring solutions. So everything is end to end, everything is automated operation, and this is done as a use case by many companies. See, when we are in the process simplification stage, there is nothing like a lean process in the world. If you think today we are not lean and we implement something and we think lean, okay, still there are opportunities to go lean, and it is a never ending process, because just even the mightiest river has the modest headwaters. So now I want to tell about the spaghetti chart. What you think the process is like? See, when it is a SOPs are there, we think the process is like that, whereas 6 steps are involved. We want as a lean approach the 3-step process, but when we do the requirement gathering and we plot the spaghetti diagrams for the actual process and to be process, we see that these are the steps which are happening more. So what the process actually is having far more steps than what we think or what we want. So that's why we should implement spaghetti chart, because here I want to give you that automation is important, but along with that we should be very methodical, we should be very scientific in project management. So this is the first step toward that particular scientific approach, where spaghetti diagram help us knowing what exactly process is. This is something like a hidden factory. You never know that these are the steps still happening, and you don't know they are not part of SOP, because these are the small steps which are happening among the two persons. I will give one case, use case of the spaghetti diagram. See, I was explaining here paperless environment monitoring solution. See, planning, sampling, incubation, and review and analyze. See, these are the steps which are plotted. It is a real use case, right? So these are the steps. After implementation of this lean initiatives or digital or automation initiatives, we could remove the 18 steps. Like when we have automated softwares or digital software, there is no need to assign the work to the analyst, because as soon as he enters the factory, he has to just go and see his screen. He will see this is the work he has to do. There is no scheduling. Scheduling is happening automatic, right? Like train generation in system is happening automatically, which was earlier manual. This is the last step, review and analysis step. I can't go because of a time constraint. I can't go to each and every step. But these are the way, or this is the way we should implement the spaghetti diagram for each and every digital or automation initiatives, and then only you should create the URS and then start the development and then validation. See, this is the new area which is coming, augmented reality and virtual reality. Training is very important, as I was explaining that human errors too much in OS, our out of specification investigation, out of train, deviation. So we need our users to be trained. And if we want to train them as a pre-qualification run, we can make use of ER/VR technology. And this technology can be used, and companies are using for aseptic assembling, for filling and filtration, where operators are pre-qualified by using this technology. Then sterility testing, BT testing operations, those are done. Environment monitoring, plates reading, then chemical analysis, you enter into the virtual lab, you get qualified, and then only you are given the actual question paper or qualification run or proficiency testing is done once you qualified the ER/VR. So we should think of that. Then process validation life cycle management. Process validation is the heart of our operations. There are multiple automation initiatives or softwares available to automate the process validation, where auto build document, there will be a library of CPP, CQA, where you will auto build the document
सांगते म्हणजे
and
आपला हॉटेलला करंट आहे मी तो बारीक
the batch monitoring will be automatic, protocol will be created automatically, risk assessment will get created automatically, and experience from one project will be available to be used into the other projects, so things get standardized. And also it gives the default harmonization. Imagine if some company has a more than 5 sites supposedly, so harmonization happens by implementation of this software, where everything will be possible. And secure result or trend analysis, stage 3, continue process verification, that can be implemented harmonious way without labor intensive approach. Straight away you feed the data, or it will fetch the data from the LIMS and it will enter into the software, and your trends will be created. So whatever time you are saving, that will be utilized for the quality decision making or troubleshooting or making the problem simple from the complex process. So these are the advantage of these softwares. Then we all are aware QMS software, so we can think of change control, CAPA, recall, audit management, complaint, deviation, OC, lab incidents, OSOT. This is the best solution actually, which I explained as a stage 1 we should do, so that everything is automatic. There is a paperless solution, and then you integrate this software with the other software, so that you get the full throttle use of this software, or you explore the uses or you explore the multiple facets of this software. So this is the base software, so I will not go much into the details. Then data analytics softwares, which I am again talking, like suppose you deployed the best solution like TrackWise or QMS software or anything software, any QMS software. So we need to have dashboard so that you can do the real-time review. And these are the multiple business intelligence tools available, which we can explore. And then we can make the dashboard useful, so that we review the dashboards. Then we work on the difference, we work on the following parameters, and we use them for the compliance enhancement and our simplification or operational excellence. Document management system, this is also best software. SOPs management can be done automated, paperless SOPs management. Suppose you are doing with paper SOPs management, it is a Herculean task. You have to issue the SOPs, you have to print the SOPs, you have to retrieve the SOPs. But if it is automated thing, then we can have the SOPs management automated. And also it can be integrated with our learning management system, so that as soon as SOP is made effective, it automatically triggers the training of those persons who have training need in their job description. So automation saves a lot of errors and enhances the compliance, and also reduces the time required to do the activities, and obviously operational excellence happen. Here I want to caution is, immediately after implementation we will not get the operational excellence. We need to deploy the automation or software solution or digital technology, use it, and then you will start getting the or reaping the benefits of operational excellence. In first phase we will get the compliance benefits, and after a few months we will start getting the operational excellence benefit. It is a learning management system. As soon as the SOPs are made effective, it should be converted into the learning management system, where we have to give the automated training, where questions should get automatically populated, wrong question get answered, or it qualifies you. And we are a human incentive companies, or humans are more used, we are less automated. Pharmaceutical industry is moving toward the digitization, so training is most important here, and that's why we should explore the learning management system to start with. Then laboratory information management system. See, although the topic is only the automation related operations, but only implementing MES or EBMR will not serve the purpose. We should do the end-to-end activities. So in lab, in order to be paperless or compliant or get the operational excellence, we should implement the LIMS laboratory information management system, and which should be integrated with these other software, other instrument like TOC, IR, ECM, CDS like UPLC, HPLC, GC, PH, and then automatically COA should get generated so that it is a paperless operation. The modules which can be done into the LIMS are instrument management, volumetric solution management, column management, working standard management, reference standard management, and chemical management. These are the few modules suggested, but as per the company need or company philosophy, or as per their need, they can implement any of these modules or more than this module and make the laboratory paperless and use it for the compliance and operational excellence benefit. The chromatographic systems, I will not go details because we know that chromatographic data management systems are important because trial errors, then deleted injection, those are very means major observations in the eyes of regulators, and it do not give the data integrity compliance. That's why chromatographic data management system shall be implemented. Then early warning signals, like now we have various softwares, but all audit trails are individual for the each software. It is a very difficult or very cumbersome task to go and check the audit trail. So we can again explore the BI tool where everything is get populated and we come to know about the events or eventualities happen. Like these are the use cases I am highlighting here. So with the use of business intelligence tool, we can audit trail review can be possible, then review by exception is possible, then we can check the orphan data and act on that. Then artwork management, artwork is a very important part. So artwork management can also be done through the automation, where as soon as master is created by suppose the research and development team, then that master will be available for quality control team, that master will be available to quality assurance for the release, that master will be available to the various countries to check for the release in their respective entries. So manual error get reduces and everything becomes automated, and these are the companies we have done it successfully. See, here I want to say is software like individual, we can't success. Whatever, I may be a proficient person or somebody might be a proficient person, but if we work in silos, we will not be successful. We need to work as a team. We work as an integrated in integrated fashion in order to succeed. Similarly, softwares are, if you use them in silos, then we will not get the use, will not get the success, because we are using them in individually. So they should be integrated. So from this slide I want to say is like human to software integration is must, software to software integration is must, and all our software integrations shall be aligned with the company strategy where we want to go as a company. Then only we can reap the dividends from these initiatives. If we do individually, we will not get the much benefits. This is where I want to highlight here. This is one use case I am trying to say. See, here the softwares are there. Then QMS software is integrated to environment monitoring software, so that if any excursions is there, straight away QMS will get triggered of its own. No human intervention is required. Then biometric access is integrated with EM. If person is absent, he has not made the biometric entry, then software will not allow to operate or log in. This is how controls are there. Colony counter, suppose we read the plates, straight away that photograph or colonies should go to the environment monitoring software, and environment monitoring software should give the command if any is out of trend or out of specification to QMS software to generate the quality system document. Similarly, training management software needs to be integrated with document management system. Then print inspection tool, artwork management system, which I was explaining in previous slides, should be clubbed with the SAP or our ERP system. Laboratory software shall be integrated. Process validation master management shall be integrated. So when we integrate this software, then only we will get the maximum advantage, and then it gives the ease of operation. we can find out the wrong processes or complex processes and make them simplified. This is how we should work, and this, as I was explaining, it should be done in the phase 2. Phase 1 is, I said, deployment of best technology, and in second, integration, and this time you start enjoying the uses of the software. These are the softwares in QC I thought I should touch base with. See, these are the ECM or Enterprise Content Management Application Server, where backup will be done automatically for TOC, master Mal1, master sizer, viscometer, ICP. So these are automation tools where we don't have to take the backup of the data. It will happen automatically, and we remain to the compliant. And also you will save the manpower. So this is the teams approach. See, traditionally there was command and control approach, where one individual person who is very knowledgeable one will be explaining us what to do. That is the one way of working. Other way of working is command and empowerment. Whether we want to go with the empowerment totally or with the command. So in my view, it should be 50-50. Command and control should be there, but empowerment shall be there. So that with command and control, we track the project properly. If any deviation is happening, we can guide. And with empowerment, a lot of ideas get generated. We don't work in silos, because people feel motivated to give the ideas because their ideas are honored. So that's why this slide is. And we should work in a harmony. Team of teams means, here I want to say is like QC team, manufacturing team, QA team. They should not go to their bosses or their seniors for troubleshooting, but they should have such a culture where they work as a team with each other. Peer reviewed culture is so that they solve the problem and they go to the seniors or they go to the next level only when they have very strong difference of opinion. That should be the approach. Here it is very important from the software or automation deployment point of view. Otherwise things will go slow. Execution will not be empowered, ideas will not move smooth, and execution will be very slow, that we end up adding the multiple months to the project plan. So that's why I am saying the symbiosis of people is very important in the software and digital initiatives implementation, automation initiatives. See, we are in pharma, and I already told 2 or 3 times in my previous slide that human error, we are very manual intensive industry. We are now switching, and we are in the middle of automation and digitization. See, when we come across multiple quality system deviations, we come across that multiple layer get failed. That's why we land up into the problem. Batch gets failed because multiple layer. Operator made mistake, supervisor made mistake, quality assurance made mistake, and batch got failed. So it is like a Swiss cheese model where cheese is there and cheese slices are there on one or other, right? And each cheese layer has a very weak, thin area from where anything can pass. And when these 3 layers coincide, then losses happen, losses are not prevented. So we need to bridge them, and then only human error can be, and this model can be prevented. This model is used across the industries, which I am proposing here, and we should think of that our layer, when we do automation digitization, we should think that we have multiple layer which can capture, like negative challenges are there, which can capture such type of failures, and we do not get the multiple failure for one thing, and we can avoid the mishap or this one divisions. Right, most of the, see, if we see in the history, unfortunately for pharma, human error data is not published one, but if we go into the chemical industry, those are the published data. World's biggest mishaps or tragedies like Chernobyl tragedy, then Bhopal incident, Fukushima, this one, nuclear disaster, all have some link toward the automation and human error, right? Those could have been prevented. I want to give some stat. See, when automation or digitization has to be done, we need to keep in mind certain things, and these are the interesting statistic I want to share. 80% of medical product recalls due to incorrect expiration date or incorrect batch lot number are caused by a transposition of digits. Only transposition of digits have given 80% of medical recalls. It is not like 2000 we want to write, somebody wrote the 2001 or something, or 0020, something like that, transposition. 17 hours of work without a break is operationally the same as being legally done. This is the proven. Worst period for human error is at 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Most of the human error happens in early morning, right? The third highest cause of death in the United States is medical error. The third highest, those are not diseases. Third highest is a human error. Then 12% of the world's population is left-handed, and in that, as many twice are men. It means around 18% are men left-handed, but our all the systems or equipment utilities are designed for the right-handers. 8% of men are colorblind, while only 0.5% of women have the condition. And we need to see when we use the color coding whether we are judiciously using it or not. When we design the isolator or something or automation where we have to operate with hand, then we need to see that whether left-hander can work. An average of 26% of the babies in neonatal intensive care unit were found to be at risk for being mistaken for another baby in the same unit on any given day. See, this is the biggest risk in the hospital where babies can exchange, right? So these examples that I am giving you is to sensitize you when you are going for the automation and digital initiatives. While creating the URS, you should be very careful so that our aim should be to reduce the errors. It should give the advantage. Human error should be prevented. If human errors start happening, then software should give some information or signal where we can avoid that. This is the very important parameter, which is means return on investment can be faster if we follow this. What other industries are doing, I will explain. Human error reduction, right? So these are with integration, companies are doing a lot of things. Human error reduction. Okay, sorry. HER format, human error reduction, sorry. It is getting used. So these are the human error types like learning error, memory error, inconsistency, application, omission error, decision error. So we should be very careful to reduce the human error, which I have explained in earlier. So what we can do as a technology, like I already explained, integration of various software. Then you have to train the data manually, definitely as humans are there. There will be error. The best way to prevent human error is to prevent the human working in that area, and that can be done only by the automation, right? So EBMR technology, then interactive SOPs, lean laboratory, automation. These are the areas where these are the cases where we can use the technology and reduce the humans. It is not going. It's not going actually. Okay. Then what we can do is when we develop the screen, this is a new term, human user experience. Generally in the automobile, electronic industry, it is getting used. Like I want to give you an example. You purchase the AC and in the middle of the night, you want to switch off the fan. But in the middle of the night, you are not able to get that key to switch off the fan, and morning you end up getting the sneezing problem. So whether you will buy that particular thing, you will not never buy that. Similarly, it is applicable for our PLC SCADA screens also. We should design our PLC SCADA screen also in such a way that we should get the best user experience while using it, so that we get motivated to use. There are some cases where instead of starting the batch, somebody adjacent button was there, which is for the drain button. He pushed the drain button and then batch got drained. So these are the type of things we should see, and this is called as human user experience. And whenever we do the automation or digitization, we should think of this, and then only we should implement. And then it will be helping to the us from compliance as well as operational excellence point of view. Then I will touch base here for the third cognitive decision here. When you are done with the stage 1 or stage 2, like base technology solution and then integration, then these are the things like we can integrate various sites and it can act as a search engine, right? If you want to see broken tablet incidents, it was there at any site and what was the kappa. So you need not reinvent the root cause and kappa. You get the library that you can search. Similarly, cluster browser, where it will tell you that one type of incidents has happened at multiple sites and what were the kappa and how can prevent it at the multiple sites. Similarly, the root cause analysis assistant. This can be used as a cognitive technologies in future once we are through with the phase 1 and phase 2. And it is a proven that reduce QMS closure time, then 100% accuracy, then it has also garnered a lot of saving. Remember, even though we are doing automation, digitization, we need human beings, right, to operate the instrument. There is no substitute to human brain. Although we intend to substitute human, but they can't be substituted totally. So we should have proficiency check, then on-the-job training, then Gemba rounds so that they acquaint with our system, technical workshop, then external SME workshop, super user, retaining, advanced training. These are very important and those should be done religiously. Proficiency check or qualification should be very stringent. And wherever they are working, they should be very aware of their processes, what they are doing, so that their brain is always active and they are able to do or use these technologies efficiently. And then these technologies give us the advantages. Although there was a separate topic for computer system validation master plan, but I thought I should put one slide. These are the deliverables of computer system validation in GMP environment. And these are the guidelines like GAM5, 21 CFR, Part 11, PEAKS, UNXZ, WHO, EPIC. These are the lot of guidelines we can use it, and then based on that we can make the compliant computer system validation. In pharma, we have to be very vigilant toward the data integrity. Whatever we are doing, whatever investment we are doing, whatever resources we are putting, but culture is not there, then we can't do anything, because culture is strategy into breakfast. So we should have strong data integrity framework. We should have data integrity policy. We should have data integrity culture, data integrity awareness, data integrity process design, then IT control, data integrity assessment, and for data integrity management system and review. Then only whatever we are investing or whatever our motives are or whatever our projects are, they will be successful. Otherwise, without data integrity or without best culture, we can't do anything, or we will fall short. So that is very important. Right mindset and quality culture is very important. I am emphasizing this slide again and again. Okay. Thank you very much for listening to me. This was the last slides. Any question?
Yeah. Hi. My name is Meenu Kaushik. I have a question to ask of you, sir. You have mentioned the need for digitization, throughout your PPT and the MES. Now, my question is that you have spoken about custom-made software, highly developed environments, software environments for executing data management sharing or other processes. Sir, my question is this, that in today's world, there are many low-cost, digitization options available, maybe through a Google Suite or maybe through a Microsoft Teams environment. Sir, these are currently not, in my knowledge, used in the pharmaceutical industry for such purposes. So what is your view on an experience, if any, on the use of Google Suite or Microsoft Teams for digitization within small scale
See,
industries or medium
yeah,
scale
so
industries?
it is a good question actually. Suppose I will tell you Microsoft Azure is there. So we can use for artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Then there are business intelligence tools from Microsoft. And in one of my slide, I was advocating business intelligence tool.
Okay.
So we can use those business intelligence tools for doing the data analytics. Then I explain you the this one. Then there are clouds. Cloud
Yes,
is
sir.
also gaining momentum, so we can use any cloud. I have seen companies using Amazon cloud, Google cloud, and it
Yes.
should be used actually. In fact, artificial intelligence, machine learning tool is there from Watson, right? That
Yeah.
can be used. Google also have a machine learning tool. We can use also. Then there are Google Studio is recently I've seen certain articles regarding Google Studio.
Yeah.
So we can use it, and these are actually, yeah, you are correct in saying these are low cost solution. We should have the tech in-house experts. We should develop in-house expert. We will use them, and definitely they will give great dividends in long term.
Yes, sir. But my question here is, sir, how would the CSV be handled? How would the validation be in, I mean, when you buy a third party software, it's probably easier to get a validation done. But when you are developing in-house solutions based on these common platforms, what would be the challenges in a computer system validation then, sir?
Okay, so first is these are actually the softwares already made. So, but as you are developing the workflows into them, so validation has to be extensive, and your informatics team should see that we are up to the mark in validation as per GAMP or regulatory requirement. But it is obviously possible. It is not something like impossible. Only thing challenges and all those has to be done properly.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, sir, for the.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. There is a question. What kind of qualifications are required for handling PAT?
So these are actually CSVMP delivers like IQ, OQ, PQ. It is not something which is needed in you. These are normal CSVMP deliverables. Then fitting the regression model. Then additional thing is required is compatibility protocol. If your conventional system is there and new system is there, so requirement is a new system should be either equivalent or better than that. So that we need to prove to the regulators or ourselves. The regulators are secondary. We need to prove ourselves that this is the system either equivalent or better than that. That is the additional thing. Otherwise, other deliverables same.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Mr. Devesh Singh is asking. Devesh Singh, sir, you are online. You unmute and ask the question directly if you want. Yeah, he has a question, sir. His question is there any software provider for artwork management?
Yeah, see, there are multiple softwares for the artwork management, but I will not name the software because I am representing Zydus, not the software company. But there are multiple, and if you search, you will get anything in our peer reviewed. All the companies have their different softwares. I work in different companies, and different softwares were getting used.
Okay. Next, there is a question, sir. Is it easy to operate for any person to operate QMS software, or any special type of training is needed to operate the software?
Okay, it's a good question. See, all the softwares are different platforms. So first phase is when you implement the software. First phase is like in maybe 25 years back, 20 years back when I learned Microsoft Word on Excel. So we were facing challenges in operating that, but when we got acquainted, it is a way of life. Similarly, training is very important. When you go into the PQ phase, you should involve performance qualification. You should involve as many as users as possible, because that time there will be chances of human errors are more, because to the user it is new software, new keys are there, new platform is there. Then for the reviewer, it is a new cases are there, new screen is there. So that time our program or qualification program should be proficient. That is the care we need to take care. Otherwise, once we get acquainted, it is a way of life. And mind it, each software, if it is a peer software or it is a acquainted software, they have their own platforms, and so screen or keys will be different. Like MES, we have seen in MES as soon as we implement the EBMR or MES system, initially we will face a lot of problems in writing the data, then review by exception. So that time our proficiency testing or qualification should be very rigorous, and then only we should start using it after period.
Okay, sir. Thank you for answering the query, sir.
Sir, I have one question. Can I?
Please, Mr. Gaurang, go ahead.
Sir, thank you for your nice presentation. And my question is related to one of the critical process, that is a visual inspection process for lyophilized product. So, if you see the process of lyophilized is very critical in nature of this process, and many of the company are using manual process, not automated process. It is not like that they cannot invest money on this particular automation process, but if you see the results of this manual versus automation, and it will always insist to go with manual process. So, can you please focus on what technology available to control this process?
Yeah, so there are technologies available, but these are not like say technologies like HPLC where you are very 100% accurate. But you can set those machines in such a way that manufacturer's risk is more and patient risk is zero.
Yeah.
Like it is better to discard the wire, lifeless wire, good wire, but bad wire should not go ahead. That should be the approach.
Exactly.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Ravin Pawar, you can go ahead and ask the question.
Yeah, good evening. Actually, my question is, see this ERP, SAP and LIMS, this kind of software is very common in pharma industry. Okay, but this electronic BMR and e-logbooks are not that much popular as of now. So is it a new thing or it's in leading pharma industry, they are using it?
See, EBMR is not a big deal. Actually, it is like a normal notebook, right? Only electronic it is getting filled. So multiple companies are using, and it is better to use because you can train years of data immediately. Otherwise, right now we have to issue the logbook, it gets filled, then we have to archive it, and then for the next use you have to issue it, and then data is there, but wisdom is not there, which I was telling. So it is a normal. MES is definitely a very complicated or it is a complex software. So, but still companies have started using it, not full blown or at all the sites, but there are few lines where all the companies have used it. But key holds where we make it optimum so that operational excellence get increased.
Okay, okay. That means what you are saying is if we start using this electronic BMR, e-logbooks and all, this manual BMR and all can be stopped and it is permitted by this all FDA agency and all?
Yes, it is a permitted. If you have validated software, e-logbook can be used and you can stop the paper. Similarly, EBMR, same thing. If you have validated it, then you can straight away use the electronic BMR, execute it, and you can submit executed BMR as well to the regulators. And you can show as a demonstrated in CGMP inspection as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ravin sir, for the query and wonderful answer by Mr. Rahul. I have another question, sir, which is by Smita Patel. Ma'am, you would like to ask the question in person?
You can read out, not an issue.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, her question is, sir, what are the challenges or say limitations for implementation of MES considering existing running plant with existing legacy equipments?
Okay, so MES first challenge is that your PLC should be updated or SCADA system shall be updated. If it is not integratable with the MES, then we will not get much benefits, and then project will be longer, and then we will need to invest. That is the first thing. So MES, our PLCs or SCADA, best technology should be up to date, and that should be integrated with MES so that entries are less. That is the first challenge we face. Second challenge during the MES is, as I explained in earlier answer, training. Because from years we are used to the manual system, and suddenly PQ is a very short run actually, and suddenly after PQ we give it to the users. Operator has to use that. He should be proficient in operating the tablet or MES software. Then supervisor should be proficient. Quality assurance should be proficient. He should know the review by exception. He should be able to see the audit trails. If you engineering team shall be proficient enough to handle the challenges or some troubleshooting activity. These are the challenges which come in MES. That's why I said that as a we should go step by step. PLC should be updated, and then MES shall be. But definitely MES is the most complex of all in there, and these are the challenges we will face.
Thank you, Rahul sir, for the answering the query. There is a question from Dr. Manisha Sridhar. She's asking that digital technology is evolving at a fast pace. How can industry units align and on one hand introduce new digital technology and on the other hand address continuous updating of digital technology, both in terms of technical and training of users on the technology? And to what extent does obsolete digital technology replacement add cost to the company?
First of all, when we purchase the digital technology or automation initiatives, our feasibility studies should be very strong. We should evaluate all the options thoroughly by involving all the stakeholders, and then you should zero in on one technology which will prove the test of the time. It should not be a very random decision. That is the first thing. And then digital technology although evolves, but our software providers are also evolving. They keep us giving patches, and they keep us giving the new version. So it is not a challenge, but once you started using or you purchase that software, you made the deal, you should be very seamless, or it should be a very swift implementation. You should do it maybe in reasonable frame of time. You should not be that you are working for the years. By that time the technology get absolute and your interest get over.
Thank you, sir, for answering the query. There is another question. How much time it takes to stabilize these systems? And during stabilization time, how do we handle or manual?
Okay, so stabilization of the system, that depends on the company to company, how we have implemented, how efficient our PQs were, how efficient our validation was, how efficiently we have used our resources in PQ, and how efficiently we have given the training. This is the required the stabilization. And there are other multiple ways to handle it. Suppose certain companies work parallelly, like if we are digitalized, so you can work manual as well parallel for maybe month or prescribed time that company has to define in their validation strategy. They can do it parallelly. If they are confident on the what they have developed, then it is another approaches. We can straight away switch to the digital tool and stop them manually. There is no regulatory requirement. Whatever we are doing out of these two approaches, whatever approach we are selecting, we should select anything. It is up to us as a company or as a team. We need to select, but we need to be very careful in implementing, and we should have confidence, and all the system and procedure should be in place to make it successful.
Belapure sir, I see you unmuted.
Yeah, I just want to check, Rahul. I know, but generally during this period, and it could extend from 1 year to 2 years to stabilize the system. Track-wise, for example, if you want to implement, it doesn't get implemented on the very first day. There are a lot of issues which comes up and other things. So how do we handle those? It is for the benefit of everybody. So 1 to 2 year operate both the systems together. And what is your experience on this? That's what I want.
Okay. Yes, sir. So I will give the end-to-end answer. Suppose we purchase any QMS software. So 3 months will be your URS gathering, where you need to involve all the stakeholders, your SMEs, subject matter experts, all. Then project management is obvious. So you give the URS to the developer or you develop in-house. So minimum 3 to 4 months he will need, and then you will do the user assessment test, right? For 1 month suppose. Then you will do the IQOQ and PQ. So this phase is around 10 to 12 months. This is my personal experience. It can again vary. It is not a thumb rule. 8 to 12 months. When we go live, so what my suggestion will be to run maybe for 1 or 2 or months, or based on the volume of the document, to run the both the system together. And importantly, our project management system shall stay put on. Suppose I am not able to log in properly, straight away I should attend it, because it is a customer, and we should attend it like a for electronic or any good, how the other companies are approaching. Next step is our customer, so immediately we should give training, retrain. Based on that, we should do impact analysis. And if one person is facing that problem, so be aware we are facing, so we should immediately plan training for them. If any troubleshooting is there, we should involve IT and our software developer. They should be available all time to so that interest do not fade for the customer or our users. So this is the second step. And then as I said, as soon as the user feedback comes in, we should keep on improving. Maybe 5 to 10 points are there, then sit together, project management team should sit together, they should evaluate, and they should deploy those as a incremental solutions to the problem. So this is how 10 months for deployment, 3 months for monitoring, and 3 months for maybe troubleshooting. And this I have seen in 2 3 companies have implemented it, and now people are using happily. It is not something, there is no query at all. Earlier I have used in other companies where in a week 1 or 2 queries will come. But if we apply right mindset, or we handle our users carefully, then our aim should be to reduce it to the zero, and then keep on improving phase by phase based on the continuous user feedback. It's like our mobile phase companies, when they launch the version to 20th version, all our user feedbacks which they are capturing and they are giving us similar, we should do it.
I was told that Zydus employed a special person. There was subject matter expert just for the trackwise for some time. So we used to sort out the issues, anything coming on the trackwise. That's a good approach, you feel?
Yes, sir. For any software, there should be a subject matter expert. See, in MES slide, I explained there should be a technical owner for each software. Like IT problem is there, somebody is not able to log in, some error is coming, some fields are not getting populated. So one expert should be in IT, or workflow is not moving. For that, functional owner shall be there, and this team should work hand in hand. So technical owner and functional owner hold the key, and throughout the life cycle, their responsibility remains. And in our company, for each software, we have identified technical owner, software owner, corporate level, and also site level, we have owners identified for this. So base problems get solved at the site level by the super SMEs, we call it super SMEs. And if it is not solved, then get escalated to the corporate level, to the functional and technical owners.
Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir,
Hello,
for
sir.
answering the questions.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Deepak Swami, please go ahead.
Sir, my question is that suppose presently I am using some softwares for in our manufacturing process. Okay. After some years, there are some better technology has been developed in the system in the world. So if we go for the changeover of that software, is it possible to return back all the documents in the existing software to the new software?
See, we need to preserve the old software. If we have to straight away switch to the new software, totally new technology or new techno-based solution, then we need to have earlier software or its few users available, so that if a regulator comes in or you want to use the knowledge or database gain in the future use, then you need to preserve, and then you need to go to the next. It will be a total switch.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Rahul, sir. There is another query from Mr. Narendra. Is electronic BMR, there is necessary to print it, sir, if a BMR is electronic?
See, printing is not mandatory actually, but our backup and restoration should be very strong. That is the important thing. If we create the electronic BMR, it's a backup, and you execute the BMR. Backup should be strong. Retrieval or restoration should be very strong. If we are validated, we are confident, there is no need to take the printout of that BMR. Either it is a master or it is a executed one.
Thank you, sir. So any of the participants, if you want to ask any further queries, you can raise your hands. I'll just enable you. You can directly ask sir. I know a lot of questions you asked, and sir has also patiently answered the queries, and that speaks volumes, because it's not easy to have so much expertise in quality management system, and especially in the digital technology. There is another question from Mr. Mahendra Pal Singh, sir. In case long time breakdown or malfunctioning is validated software can be used manual process to run the activity, or any deviation is required.
See, it is a business continuity plan. Actually, it has to be defined when you implement any software. Suppose it is not working or it goes into the breakdown. So we need to define, like suppose QMS software, within how many hours of breakdown you will trigger the business continuity. Suppose QMS you can wait for the 2 hours, but suppose MS is down, you can say that I will straight away initiate my business continuity plan maybe after 30 minutes, because production loss means site is not working. So that time you can start manual activity, you can get completed. There are two options when you are done manually: either keep manual data as such, or there are options in software which are created while development. You can feed that data so that for trend analysis, for knowledge purpose, it is available. But that time, if we want to show the data to the regulators, your paper data will be a primary data that has to be preserved up to the that particular prescribed period of the retention. That time manual is, I am repeating again, manual data is the primary data. Your means retrospectively fed data is the secondary data. Okay. So primary data you need to preserve, that is the requirement. We can, but giving to the very precise answer, we can shift to the manually based on the business continuity plan.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, another question.
Yeah.
Another question, sir. We are all familiar with how file sharing is done, or control documents are distributed in the paper world. Could you tell us a little bit about how control documents are shared and authorized? I mean, through appropriate stamping, or what are the options available for online sharing or cloud sharing of files, sir, for SOPs, specifications, and documents like that?
See, we work in the close intranet actually. So I don't know for internet what are the options available, but for internet FTP servers are getting used. Only thing, whatever way we use, even if it is a pen drive we use or USB drive we use for file sharing, if it is a dynamic file, we should establish by validation that data or source file remains after transfer is the same. That is a requirement. There are multiple observations for the regulators that what happens when you transfer data from one source to other source, that you need to validate. But if it is something like PDF copy, which is a static file, then maybe validation is not required. But dynamic data is there. Whatever two processes you use, two systems you use, you need to validate, because you need to see the data is accurate and it is not distorted.
Okay. What about the stamping requirements, sir? Normally, you have control stamps, master stamps, stuff like that. In a PDF file, you would do all of that on a paper version, then convert to PDF and distribute the PDF. Is that what would happen?
Actually, in PDF file, suppose document management system is there. Generally, people do not do manual stamping. As soon as suppose I am the author or I am the reader, it will come as a by default. As soon as I press the key, it will come as the Rahul has issued it for on so and so date and so time, and it should be valid because I have printed or I have taken. It should be valid for 7 days or 5 days upon printing or upon population. This is how it is done. So system is acting as a quality assurance person here. By default, it is giving you those controls. So no need to manual stamping actually.
Okay.
In my view, because ultimately automation, digitization, we are talking of simplification or agile, right? So we should avoid once automation, digitization is done. And as I was explaining spaghetti diagram, so we should see where is the manual activity involved, and we should eliminate those steps to get the better dividends from our investments.
Yeah. Thank you, Meenu, for the query. And thank you, sir. So I don't see any further queries. So the topic has been very interesting, even though it's a newer topic which we thought we should introduce as a part of this workshop, because we know our pharma companies have to gear up for the future, and we could not have a better person than Mr. Rahul, who volunteered himself to take this topic because he was very much interested, and his slides also speak of how much technology he has adopted in making the contents. So by this, we come to the end of this session. So thank you very much, sir, for
Thank
providing a
you.
wonderful
Thank
talk
you all
and
for
answering.
patiently listening me.
Yeah.
Thank you
Very.
very much.
We have very good. I should say that we have very good participants. They are very interactive and very eager and enthusiastic to learn. Also, even though they are presently on the shop floor doing all their works, but still they are devoting their time towards this learning experience what we are trying to bring in. So thank you, Rahul sir, on behalf of everyone for the wonderful talk.